back to the KL10 Talks channel, or shall I say, Rewind with KL10. This is a series where we discuss about the most interesting events that happened on the course of the past 30 days in the world. Let's rewind July 2020. Right, so football, the beautiful game, it's back. From mid-June, leagues started resuming their fixtures and restarting matches, and by July, football, I would say, is back to normal. UEFA has also announced that UCL will recommence from the 8th of August with all our favorite players back on the grandest stage. Coronavirus was at its peak as many countries struggled to deal with it, resulting in great losses. But few countries have managed to tackle it with skill and have been successful to a great extent. Those countries include New Zealand, which has an average of 1 case and 0 deaths per day. Pakistan, which has managed to drop its graph by a great margin, applying its innovative smart lockdown. Germany and the Netherlands have also experienced significant success. Turkey's iconic Hagia Sophia mosque reopened for worship after 86 years on Friday, the 24th of July. The iconic monument served as a church for 916 years until the conquest of Istanbul, after which it became a mosque from 1453 till 1934, almost 500 years, and most recently it served as a museum for 86 years. It is one of the most visited historic buildings in Turkey by domestic and international tourists. In 1985, during its time as a museum, Hagia Sophia was added to the UNESCO's World Heritage List. In the new era for Hagia Sophia, Turkey's Religious Affairs Directorate will oversee religious services at the mosque, while the Culture and Tourism Ministry will supervise the restoration and conservation work. The architectural treasure will be open to domestic and international tourists free of charge. Bollywood's latest offering, Dil Bechara, has been touted as one of the most sought-after Indian films in recent times. It has served as the final bow for the late Bollywood star Sushant Singh Rajput. Dil Bechara, the Indian remake of the Hollywood hit and novel The Fault in Our Stars, was released on 24th July. Ever since the film has gone online, fans and netizens have been raving about Sushant's performance and the film. Sushant's performance has been applauded by fans and critics alike. With a budget of $6 million, it has earned $400 million in its first week. It has also earned its place as the highest rated Indian film on IMDb with a soaring 9.4 out of 10. An album was released this month. It blasted off, securing the title of the biggest album of 2020. It was by a legend who proved to all of us that legends never die. Juice WRLD's album Legends Never Die was released 2 weeks ago and has maintained its first place on the Billboard charts. But what do the people think about it? Legends Never Die is an adrenaline-inducing, dopamine-feeding roller coaster ride. It just pains me to say that. Election time in the US, so candidate out for speeches. Democratic presidential contender Joe Biden has promised to spend tens and billions of dollars to help people of color overcome economic inequality if he wins the elections in November. In a speech in his hometown of Wilmington, Mr. Biden promised to boost opportunities for Black, Latino, and Native American businesses, accused President Donald Trump of stoking the flames of racism. He also accused Mr. Trump of failing to protect people from the coronavirus. Mr. Biden holds a clear lead over the president in national polls. He said he would choose his running mate in the first week of August. He has also promised to choose a female vice presidential candidate. This election is not about voting against Donald Trump, Mr. Biden said. It's about rising to the moment of crisis, understanding people's struggles, and building a future worthy of their courage and their ambition to overcome. He further claims that he would listen to the scientists, organize meetings with them, and fund them to eradicate this virus, unlike the current president. Mr. Trump must have felt that. It would be wrong to say that the pandemic did not affect the Islamic pillar of Hajj. Yes, Hajj took place this year, but instead of the usual audience of 2 million pilgrims, only 1,000 Muslims were allowed to perform this ritual, and all of those were Saudi citizens. Social distancing was strictly monitored and pilgrims were wearing masks at all times. COVID-19 also affected the rituals of Hajj as well. No more than 50 people were allowed to perform the Jamarat or stoning of the devil at one time. Also, Muslims weren't allowed to kiss the Kaaba or touch it, although that isn't a ritual, but pilgrims do it for blessings. Another effect was on the economy. Hajj annually generates $12 billion for Saudi Arabia, and with oil sales down, the country's economy is seriously on the ropes. Elon Musk challenged Johnny Depp to a cage fight over Depp's insults and rumors that Musk was having an affair with Depp's ex-wife, Amber Heard. Musk issued the tongue-in-cheek challenge in response to Depp threatening him. "I definitely was not having an affair with Amber while she was married to Johnny. This is totally false," Musk said. He also denied having any sexual interactions with Heard and actress Cara Delevingne in Depp's house in Los Angeles. "We did not have the, Musk said. "So I think people think these things are generally more salacious than they actually are." He insisted that his relationship with Heard only started after she split up with Depp. Depp and Heard are currently in the midst of a libel trial after a newspaper referred to him as a wife beater. In a text message that was introduced as evidence, Depp referred to Musk as mollusk and also used some salty language, including a threat to cut off Musk's genitals. Musk replied by saying, "If Johnny wants a cage fight, just let me know." Alright, it's time for the news that you have all been waiting for a long time. Mike Tyson is back. 54-year-old Mike Tyson and 51-year-old Roy Jones Jr. announced on Thursday that they will fight in a much anticipated 8-round exhibition match on the 12th of September. Tyson last stepped inside the ring 15 years ago when he quit midway through a match against Kevin McBride, while Jones continued to fight regularly right until his retirement in February 2018. Look here guys, we all know that Tyson has an iron fist, but Jones is no less, and considering his much active career throughout, questions are raised on the outcome of the match. Along with that match, YouTuber Jake Paul and former NBA guard Nate Robinson will fight in an undercard boxing match for the Mike Tyson fight. I must say, poor choice Jake, challenging a man who has no experience of boxing. But we let that pass since you released a banger of a song recently. Wait, what? That was ghostwritten? Moving on, a BBC News reporter used the N-word while reporting and interviewing a man about racial abuse.
Just to warn you, you're about to hear highly offensive language because as the men ran away, they hurled racial abuse, calling him a
To me, this is huge. This is a horrible crime.
So guys, that is July 2020. What an eventful month it was. What was my favorite event in this month? Well, Juice WRLD's album. It is like music was made for that guy. What an album it was. But the same question goes for you. Tell me in the comment section what was your favorite moment of this month. Also, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and family. Share it as much as possible. And also, if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. We are moving mad and 1,000 subscribers is just around the corner. I'll be seeing you next time with another amazing video. But until then, thank you, stay safe, goodbye and Eid Mubarak.